Have you ever wondered why you make the choices you do? We all like to think we're in the driver's seat, making rational decisions. But what if I told you that our choices are often shaped by a kind of invisible architecture, subtle cues all around us that we don't even notice? Let's dig into how that actually works.
And to get started, let's jump right in with a simple, everyday example, selling a sofa online. But there's a secret to it, one that kind of seems to fly in the face of everything we think we know about business.
Just think about that for a second. The background image could be more important than the price. That sounds crazy, right? We all assume that price is the #1 thing people look at. Or is it?
So how in the world could a simple background wallpaper overpower one of the biggest factors in pretty much any purchase we make? Well, to get to the bottom of it, we need to look at a really clever experiment. This brings us to a fascinating study that pitted two very simple images against each other, fluffy clouds and shiny coins. And trust me, the results reveal something pretty profound about the way our minds are wired.
Okay, so the setup was incredibly simple. Researchers built two versions of a web page for furniture store. The sofa was the same, the price was the same, all the text was identical. The only thing they changed was the background wallpaper. One group of people saw a background of soft, fluffy clouds. The other group saw a background made of shiny coins.
So, what happened? Well, the people who saw the web page with the clouds overwhelmingly prioritized comfort. They started clicking on details about how soft it was, the quality of the cushions, how it would feel. Those clouds had subconsciously primed their brains to think about comfort. But what about the other group? The people who saw the exact same sofa, same price, but with the coin background. They did the complete opposite. They focused almost entirely on the price. They were way more interested in the value, the budget, getting a good deal. The coins had totally shifted their focus to money. But here is the absolute jaw-dropper. When the researchers asked the participants if the background image had influenced them in any way, every single person said no. Not one of them. They were completely unaware of this invisible force that had just guided their entire decision-making process.
So this experiment is just a perfect illustration of this powerful hidden thing that's happening all the time. It's an invisible influence that directs our focus and shapes our choices before we even get a chance to consciously think about it. So what do you call this powerful technique? The one that can make people value comfort over cost without them even having a clue what's happening? Well, it has a name.
It's called persuasion, and it's really the art and science of setting the stage. It's all about what you do before you ever deliver your main message to make people more open to hearing it. Those clouds and coins, they were persuasive cues. They didn't change the sofa at all. They changed the mindset of the person looking at it. The crucial thing to get here is that this isn't just some random psychological quirk. Nope, it's a systematic process. And once you understand it, you can start to see how it's being used all around you, and even figure out how to prepare people's minds to be a little more receptive to your own ideas.
Probably the best way to think about persuasion is with this really powerful metaphor. Your message, your idea, your request, your product, that's the seed. But a seed isn't going to grow in just any old dirt. You have to prepare the soil first to make it fertile.
And this really breaks down into a simple two-step process. First, you prepare the soil. You do this by priming your audience with these subtle cues, images, words, even the environment, to get them into the right frame of mind. You want them thinking about comfort? Prime them with clouds. You want them thinking about money? Prime them with coins. Then, and only after the soil is ready, do you plant the seed by delivering your actual message. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, first, it's realizing that the context you create before you even start talking is often way more important than the words you actually say. Second, it's knowing that really simple things, images, words, ideas, can powerfully shift a person's priorities and they won't even know it's happening. And finally, if you want to be more persuasive yourself, don't just jump in and ask, "What should I say?" Instead, start by asking, "What state of mind do I want my audience to be in before I even open my mouth?"
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you know about persuasion, I guarantee you're going to start seeing it everywhere, in ads, in meetings, maybe even in conversations at home. The real question is, as you go about your day, what invisible cues are preparing the soil for your next big choice?